Hello, my name is Sean Geringer, and this is a review of the Amcrest Ultra HD 4K 8 megapixel PoE camera. Inside the package, you'll find the camera, a quick start guide, warranty information, other documentation, and a mounting template as well as mounting screws. You may notice there's no power supply, and that's because this camera is designed to be powered with PoE. So there's no way to directly connect power. When mounting it, you'll find the use of this screw to be very useful. If you loosen the screw, you can actually turn the entire mount against the backer. Here's a picture of the camera installed in my pantry. From another angle, you can see how it's installed. And then connected to the PoE switch. The last thing you want to do is make a note of the MAC address of the camera so that you'll be able to connect to it. So in my case, this is the MAC address of my camera, and I've gone into my router and I've made a note of the IP address. The first time you log in to the camera, it'll actually ask you to set a new password, which I've gone ahead and done. It does have some requirements for password strength. The camera is incredibly clear. Let me bring over VLC so that you can see even better the quality of the camera. That is a very sharp 4K picture. In fact, I'm downsampling it to 1080p for this video, so it's actually even clearer than what you're going to be able to see. I'm going to go through some of the settings now. So if we go to Setup, you'll see it's taken us into the video setup. Now, I'm going to be using this camera with zoneminder. So I'm going to make some changes here that may or may not be the same as what you would need to do. Firstly, I'm going to set it to H.264. I'm going to down-res it to 1080p. And my cameras are all set to a frame rate of 3 frames per second. That saves a ton of storage space in VLC. Then what I do is I have a substream enabled. I set that to H.264. A much lower resolution and a higher frame rate. That lets me have the best of both worlds. I can see quickly from my computer or my phone higher frame rate video. On my phone, I can't see the full detail of 1080p, so I don't need that resolution. It's also low enough bandwidth that it can go through a poor 4G connection. But I'm still recording the higher resolution pictures. Let's go ahead and save that. I'm not going to make any changes to snapshot. To the overlay, I'm going to go ahead and remove the logo. I'm going to remove the channel title. VLC does all of this stuff for me. I'm sorry, zoneminder does all this stuff for me. So I'm going to turn all of those off. You can see the other settings here. In my case, I don't need to use any of these. Let's go ahead and go into zoneminder and see if we can get this camera working. So the first thing is I found the stream settings for zoneminder here on this wiki page. This isn't the exact same camera, but if you look, most of their cameras all seem to use this cam real monitor channel configuration. So hopefully that's going to work. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my zoneminder server. I'm going to add a new pantry. Okay, now for the source, keep in mind all of these are on my LAN, and I don't allow connections from outside the network, so I'm able to get by with having weak passwords, but you would definitely not want to do that. That should be what I need to get this working. Let's go ahead and see what happens if I hit save. It's gone green. Let's see what happens. That's pretty straightforward. Let's see if we can add the high frame rate, low res version as well. I found it usually easiest to just bring the settings over directly. So I'm going to move that over to my other monitor. I'm going to add a new. This one will be called Pantry Low Res. In this case, I'm going to set this to monitor so that it doesn't record. I need to come back and find the secondary stream. Subtype equals 1. Okay. And I've been just using camera pass-through for these. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. And that's working as well. This room is pitch dark. There's absolutely no lights. So all of that is being illuminated with IR. I would show you a picture of what the room looks like, but it's completely pitch dark. The only light is these LEDs on the server that's blinking. There's literally no other light in this room. So the camera has incredible low light functionality. It also works very well with zoneminder. All in all, I give the camera 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think it works great, and really I look forward to purchasing some more to place outdoors. And once I'm running some outside, I'll update this review and let you know how that goes. Thanks for watching.